Good evening. My name is Thurman Greco, and I am here this evening to share a Reiki session with you and to read from my book, The Healing Handbook. This is the third edition of this book. The first and second editions have gone out to 15 different countries, and this book is available at thurmangreco.com, which is local in Woodstock, New York, and it talks about, it's a wellness book, and it's a wellness book that you can take with you through life because it's something that you can use anytime you're caring for yourself or for someone else. A Healer's Handbook offers you insight into your health. It's not a substitute for an X-ray or an MRI, nor will it take the place of a blood test prescribed by your primary care healthcare provider. I am a reflexologist, not an internist. The information I share and the experiences I relate are based on my research and career. It's not intended to diagnose or treat a disease. I do not prescribe medications or treatments of any kind. Healthcare professionals are trained and work in several healing systems. They all work to develop and maintain your good health. Healthcare professionals include conventional medical doctors, doctors of osteopathy, naturopathic doctors, traditional Chinese medicine practitioners, homeopathic doctors, and herbalists. Information in this book allows you to see your health and its care through the added dimension of a spiritual event or situation. This can enhance your physical being. This book does not replace your primary healthcare provider or any healthcare provider for that matter. This book adds a spiritual focus of personal care to every situation in your healing life. I would love to have had this book when I was a young mother with 2 active, inquisitive children, and I would love to have given it to my daughters when they started their families. Time turned this into a resource for my grandchildren and great-grandchildren to use as they go through life. This is your ticket to your healing adventure. After all, wherever you go, if you're healing yourself or caring for someone else, you're on a journey. This book has you covered. I share information which took me decades to discover and organize. It's presented in easy, practical, and uncomplicated ways to use in today's hectic world. This healing information has stood the test of time. Medical training isn't necessary to read and understand the words on these pages. For thousands of years, reflexology, for example, has been used to successfully treat health issues from common ailments to serious disease. Because I'm a reflexologist, you'll find references to this modality on many pages. That doesn't mean you need to be a reflexologist to use this book. It's there for you to adapt to your needs. If you know nothing about reflexology, you can still benefit from its philosophy about health and healing. Reflexology teaches that your body is different every day. My healing practice teaches you're not just a physical body. Your components include physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual aspects. Part 1 of this book focuses on your health, healing, and wellness. Part 2 focuses on your body systems. Important foods are listed in each body system they support, and personal care information is included in each body system. And Part 3 explains your chakras. And we do have a model offering a Reiki session this evening. And the reason we're offering this Reiki session is because very few people have ever seen Reiki. If you haven't received it, or if you haven't learned to give it, you have no idea what it actually looks like. So this evening, while I'm reading from my book, you will be able to see firsthand a Reiki session. Part 4 lists ailments and their remedies alphabetically, and each entry begins with spiritual qualities unique to the disease you're investigating. I've listed essential oils for easy reference, and each health issue listed has practical information specific to that disease. There are no one-size-fits-all solutions in this book. You'll find a glossary and an index to explain medical and technical terms and to help you find what you need quickly and easily in a vocabulary which shouldn't send you to your dictionary for extra explanation. Key facts that you may not find anywhere else are now going to be related to you. On a crisp afternoon in Washington, D.C. in 1980, I walked into a massage class at Potomac Myotherapy Institute. In this class, Karen McKechnie announced, we'll learn about foot reflexology. This was a routine class where we learned something new each week. As a fellow student followed Karen's instructions and offered rotations on points of my feet, my body shifted completely. Shivers and chills traveled up my legs. My back spasmed for a moment and then relaxed more than I could imagine. I slipped into a deep, timeless, sleep-like state as the student finished the sequence. By the time he said, "It's your turn to learn the sequence," my life had changed. I finished Karen's course at PMTI. Mary Ruth Van Landingham taught me 9 kinds of Reiki therapy, and Marge Durso taught me reflexology. Their teachings, their teachings guide me. Without Marge Durso, Karen McKechnie, and Mary Ruth Van Landingham, I would never have written this book. People with health issues from arthritis to varicose veins seek advice and guidance from the allopathic physicians and healers. This is not an either-or situation. Both physicians and healers help. People with a disease may have issues around forgiveness and the need to forgive. They may have fears to overcome, and they may be grieving. And finally, they may be angry. The first place a disease or imbalance can be detected and subsequently treated is in the feet. Reflexologists often detect ailments, problems, and diseases before symptoms manifest anywhere else in the body, Marge Durso taught me. I describe these as crystals, resistance, mushiness, emptiness, and hollows. You also experience these imbalances through sensations felt during a session. Practitioners include spiritual observations observed as different colors seen on the skin of the feet, the corns, calluses, bunions, or broken bones. Practitioners in many modalities work the communication paths of your body systems. They include your cranial brain, nervous system, abdominal brain, and chakras. Body workers and healers encourage homeostasis, the return to balance of your body systems. Regular visits to chiropractors, reflexologists, Reiki practitioners, yoga teachers, physical therapists, massage therapists, and professionals in many modalities are not luxuries. They support your continued good health. If you wish 2 or more healers and you visit them and you schedule appointments with them, schedule these appointments within 48 hours of one another. When this happens, you'll receive what I call a healing boost. This is a positive healing event. Schedule your healing visits to encourage synchronicity. You boost the healing potential of a bodywork session when you add a Reiki or chakra healing session. There are many paths to healing, as many as there are healers. Practitioners wake up your spiritual center, and when this happens, the hands-on experience of your session between you and your practitioner facilitate homeostasis, something you need and may seek. Each healing session you receive unfolds a story. Sometimes these stories play out rapidly. Other times the path is slower, more careful. A complex situation may take several months of regular sessions, for example. Whatever story unfolds and however long it takes, The process responds to your needs and is unique to you. It is your story. Your abdominal brain is in your intestinal tract, and it sends information to your cranial brain and your nervous system. When your cranial brain is troubled, it sends messages to the abdominal brain. And likewise, when your abdominal brain is troubled, it sends messages to your cranial brain. Professionals have long ignored this communication system and its impact on your health. There are chapters on each of the 7 major chakras. Although there are other chakras on your body, they are not referred to in this book because the major chakras are most important when healing. The toolbox is where you'll find ailments and diseases, and that's where you'll discover ideas about spiritual aspects of your medical conditions, because you should never overlook the spiritual component of your health. Spiritual conditions are a factor in disease, medical issues, and getting well. These spiritual conditions are featured throughout the chapters in Section 3, the Toolbox. Without spiritual involvement in wellness, I would not need to write this book. Finally, the Toolbox gives you the best wellness support I can offer. I wrote it to be a part of your daily life. Modalities and healing paths work well with one another. It's easy, for example, to incorporate massage, yoga, nutrition, essential oils. Combinations vary with each ailment, each person. Reiki combines well in many situations, diseases, and conditions. Reiki is a light touch offered to a clothed recipient who may be standing, seated in a chair, lying on a treatment table. In an emergency or crisis, the recipient may be on a gurney in a hospital hallway or on the side of a road. Another time, the person may simply be standing in a grocery line or sitting in a chair in a public space somewhere. Reiki is easy to learn and use, and most people love it. There are no known contraindications for Reiki, so it's appropriate for anyone at any time when the recipient approves. Wellness is a process. Your health issues are spiritual messages. They focus on how you seek out and deal with different causes you experience. When you combine modalities, especially Reiki and chakra healing, synchronicity occurs, emphasizing homeostasis. Combined with other modalities, Reiki boosts your self-healing. Its synchronicity balances your entire body through homeostasis. And you feel this process on different levels. When this happens, you may become aware of your control over healing. You may experience this as general relaxation, deep grounding throughout your whole body. The first time you experience homeostasis, you may not know what is happening. Homeostasis is a new concept for many. You may be visiting a body worker or healer thinking that you have no control over your health. Chances are you'll feel empowered when you feel your body move toward homeostasis. You may recognize this experience for the spiritual event it is. All career fields have a unique vocabulary, and reflexology is no exception. Reflexologists focus on healing instead of curing. We don't recommend medicines or treatment protocols because we don't work with drugs. We never prescribe or dispense, administer, or often opinions about them. We work with client partners instead of patients. Reflexologists and other healers do not diagnose. We refer our client partners to physicians for that. An important part of your healing process, a diagnosis empowers you over your health issue. Naming your illness helps your complementary practitioner design an appropriate healing protocol, enhancing your physician's recommendations. If you are unsure about what your symptoms mean, it's time to get a diagnosis from a medical professional. For example, an example may include a high fever, sudden physical changes, if your situation takes an unpredicted turn, or if you respond unexpectedly to treatment. The second step removes the environmental cause of your medical issue. And this step may mean, for example, getting rid of junk food and adopting a diet better for weight loss. You may need to undergo a medical procedure, quit smoking, or take allergy shots. You may need new shoes or a hearing aid. The third step outlines ways to overcome your health issue. This may include a cleanse, a medical procedure, medications, diet, or body work. The fourth step is to discover how to avoid the return of the problem. And this may include things like weekly bodywork sessions, biofeedback, reflexology, Reiki, chakra healing, dietary adjustments, regular exercise, or even changing things like a new ergonomic office chair. About a year ago, my left shoulder became extremely painful whenever I lifted anything over a pound. And for years, I lifted boxes and boxes and boxes, weighing 25 to 40 pounds. So I went to a physician for a diagnosis, step 1. She sent me to a physical therapist who promptly had me stop lifting anything over a pound, step 2. In step 3, my physical therapist scheduled weekly visits where he applied heat, ultrasound, massage, and taught me specific exercises. He designed an exercise routine to use between appointments. Weekly reflexology, Reiki, and chakra healing sessions were part of my schedule. I'm now at step 4, where my goal is to prevent the return of that terrible shoulder pain. Reiki, chakra healing sessions, and a weekly Iyengar yoga exercise class continue, and I don't lift anything beyond my limit. The result? My shoulder doesn't hurt. My weekly bodywork sessions are important to disease prevention and health maintenance. Part 1, and the chapter is called Good Health. Much disease is preventable. Staying healthy doesn't require a lot of time, and small changes make big differences. Positive lifestyle habits contribute to a lifetime of good health. This book is filled with suggestions. Throughout life, we make choices about how we're going to live, and these choices impact how and when our lives will end. Developing a working relationship with your healthcare professional is essential. Many people enjoy good health for years and feel they don't need a doctor, and this can't be further from the truth. When an accident or illness strikes, you need to know a healthcare professional, you need to have his or her contact information, and you need to have had an appointment within the last year. People who are never sick are clueless about what to do when a bone breaks or a head is concussed. Because they don't speak hospital, they suddenly find themselves in a foreign land where they don't know the language and they can't read the direction signs. Learn about your body and how it works. Know what to do when medical attention is needed. First aid skills are important. And sleep is a core element of good health. When you combine quality sleep with healthy eating and physical activity, you have a basic plan for staying healthy. And there are several causes of disease. Some are nutritional. Dietary deficiency are the first nutritional cause of health issues. Culprits here are sugar, white flour, processed foods, and chemicals added to foods. Marge Durso taught that half our population has digestive issues. So far, I have been unable to disprove her teaching. Many people with digestive issues have resigned themselves to living with them for the remainder of their lives. Your body is made to heal your digestive issues because you have a built-in abdominal brain communicating with your cranial brain when there's a problem. And this is where probiotics and prebiotics come in, and where modalities like regular reflexology sessions, Reiki, chakra balancing, and other body work enter the picture. Our bodies carry cellular toxicity. Read the labels on the food you buy. If you cannot pronounce the words you read on the ingredient list, return it to the shelf. Chronic inflammation is big on the list of causes of disease. As you solve your other health issues, you'll deal with the chronic inflammation if you go about it the right way. It gets down to this: eat clean, eat whole foods, use olive oils, eat grass-fed meats. Nuts are a good source of nutrition if you're not allergic to them. A sedentary lifestyle will age you as fast as anything. As I walk down a sidewalk, I see people who move quickly and easily and those who don't. Be the one who moves, not the one who doesn't. 10,000 steps a day is a good start if you're able. Poor sleep is huge on the list of disease-causing habits. Sleep regenerates, organizes, rehabilitates, and heals. I've written many blog posts about sleep, and I'll write many more. A chapter in the toolbox section of this book is entitled Insomnia. I hope you'll read both the blog posts and chapters in the book about getting enough sleep. When it comes to prescriptive and over-the-counter medicines, take only the minimum you need, and the same holds true for herbs. Anything that can change your body for the better can also change it for the worse if it's not appropriate for you, your health issue, your body, your age. We all need a reason to get up in the morning, every morning. Smiles are necessary for good health. I have some basic wellness guidelines. Good quality, nourishing food is essential, and this statement does not promote one diet for all. The diet that nourishes you may not nourish me. Only one part of the statement is one size for all: good quality. See that what you eat does the best for your wellness, health, and body fitness. Pure air and water are essential. We all need adequate warmth and shelter. The daily balance of work, play, and rest is essential. And we all need a positive sense of self-worth to include our spiritual, mental, emotional selves. When you heal, healing is a physical, symbolic, mythical, energetic, and spiritual. Physical healing is the most obvious healing level. Your body fights disease or a health issue by overcoming symptoms, boosting your body systems, changing your DNA. Chiropractors heal on the physical level when they make adjustments. Physical therapists work on the physical level when they move muscles on your body. Physicians work on the physical level when they set bones or give you medications for pneumonia, for example. Mythical healing occurs at the soul level. You participate in it through dreams and ceremony. Mythical level events inform reality and conclude dream interpretation. You experience mythical healing when you dream about your health issues. Shamanic healers work on the mythical level when they participate in healing ceremonies. When a client comes to me in pain, we have a conversation about the issue. This is symbolic healing in action. I ask the following questions. How long have you had this pain? Where did it begin? Is it constant or intermittent? What makes it better and what makes it worse? Where does it hurt? What does this pain feel like? And what does it look like? What color is your pain? What does it sound like? And how does it smell? And what is your pain's size and shape? And what other symptoms go with this pain? Once the sound has been identified, I invite the person to make a chant using this sound. Symbolic healing works through your words. Talking about a health issue promotes healing. Talking with a psychiatrist or psychotherapist is symbolic healing. Speaking with a physical therapist about shoulder pain is symbolic. Guided meditation is symbolic healing. Energetic healing does not rely on words. Energetic healing is massage, reflexology, Reiki, chakra healing, and body work. Chiropractors, physical therapists, and physicians work on the symbolic level when they consult with patients verbally. This is blending. Describing your health issues with a physician is symbolic healing. 5 things you can do for your good health. Good health is not that hard to achieve, really. 5 basic things contribute to your good health. Not smoking is essential. Do you smoke? Reduce your habit to 5 cigarettes a day, and when you get down to 5 a day, 0 is an easy goal. Try the gum your pharmacy sells. Join a smoker support group. Hypnotherapy and biofeedback both have successful results for many smokers. Maintain a healthy weight. This is a high priority. Losing or gaining weight to reach your ideal poundage gets harder with every passing year. So the younger you are when you work on your weight, the easier it will be. Weight Watchers or Overeaters Anonymous may be a good option for you. Biofeedback may help. An interested nutrition can guide you to your goal and include specific foods contributing to your continued good health at the same time. You'll get twice the bang for your buck with nutritional guidance. For example, if you need to gain or lose weight and you have a heart health issue, a nutrition can work on the weight situation along with your heart disease. I don't know about you, but I love to get 2 things accomplished at a time. Synchronicity attracts me. Eat many fruits and vegetables. Wellness gurus teach 5 servings of fruit and vegetables are a minimum number for a well-nourished person to eat daily. This 5-serving recommendation is easy for me to pass on. It can be fun. I like the idea of thinking about which 5 fruits and vegetables will be on my plate today. Planning for each day's selection gives them focus and importance. Planning gives me a chance to experiment a bit. You can do this too. It's easier than you think. Choose 1 new vegetable or fruit each week at your grocery. Take it home and learn about it. What is it called? What part of the world does it come from? How can it be cooked? How should it be stored? What is the best way to combine it with other foods? How should it be eaten? If you learn about 1 new food weekly, your dietary skills will be vastly different in a year. Adventure awaits. Exercise regularly. The field is open here. Your exercise choices can be drudgery or fun. Spend as little or as much money as you want. Choose 1 or more activities to participate in regularly. The point is to stay active throughout your life. Combine exercise with other daily habits. I wear a fitness watch, which beeps when I'm not moving enough. It also rewards me with a special beep when I've exceeded my daily goal. I have a job requiring that I stay off my seat and on my feet, and I'm making money while exercising. That's a fun bonus. Avoid stressors. This is a biggie. Stress plays a part in many health problems. You'll find a chapter on stress later in this book. Meditation, walks, laughter, sharing, singing, nature bathing, journaling, drawing can help you reduce stress. Make room in your schedule for stress reduction activities daily. Risk factors for disease. Risk factors are behaviors or conditions linked to disease. They don't act alone. They create their own synchronicity when they react with one another. Some diseases Some diseases, such as cancer, rely on multiple risk factors, age, habits, family health, history, health conditions, and environment, to manifest as diseases. But then again, these same diseases develop without any known risk factors. When disease strikes the body without risk factors, the risk factors are energetic as opposed to physical. Energetic risk factors include resentment, unprocessed hurt, hatred, grief. Age is a risk factor in many health issues. It's a risk factor throughout your life. Heart diseases and stroke take decades to develop. Children's diseases focus on the younger as the most vulnerable. Emergency rooms and physicians' waiting rooms are populated regularly with infants, children, and seniors. And diabetes. With diabetes, you are on the front of the line for a whole selection of diseases: stroke, heart attack, cataracts, glaucoma, peripheral artery disease, diabetic foot disease, and neuropathy. DNA testing is commonplace for certain types of diseases. I look forward to the day when you can get your DNA tested routinely before the disease becomes dangerous, not after you've found it or receiving drugs and you're trying to learn what other medical procedures are in your future. A family history of a particular disease. Just because a particular disease is in your family doesn't mean that you're going to get it 100%. It's important to know about it and use your knowledge to fight it. High blood pressure is both a treatable disease and a silent killer. No one needs to experience the complications of high blood pressure. The medication is not expensive, and high blood pressure is a disease needing treatment. It is also a silent killer when left untreated. High cholesterol is truly a silent killer. Your body works much better when your cholesterol scores are in the healthy range. Taking your cholesterol medication can be an easy decision if you examine the statistics. People live longer with statins. Obesity is an epidemic. How? Well, first, people don't move enough to process the calories we consume. And secondly, many of us eat products manufactured to eat that are not food. Our bodies cannot properly digest these chemical-laden products. A sedentary lifetime. When I walk down a sidewalk, I notice how those around me act. Some move rapidly, easy. Others move slowly, painfully. I want to ask them whether they liked moving when they were young. Some people are comfortable in their bodies and move easily through life. Others are not and don't move easily. Finally, I ask myself how I can communicate with a person who doesn't like to move, walk, run, or play a game of some kind. How can I help them see their bodies in the future? How can I help them see how much easier it is to live when they keep their bodies from rusting? Smoking is a setup for an unhealthy end of life. When I see a COPD sufferer struggle to breathe, I always wonder whether or not they think smoking was the right thing to do. But then I'm sure that when a person begins to smoke, COPD is never on anyone's mind. And you can get COPD without ever smoking a cigarette. We each have an inner core, a spiritual center needing encouragement, support, and protection. Your inner core helps you travel through life with the fewest bumps possible. When encouragement, support, and protection are deficient in some way, you run a risk of developing a lack of self-confidence. There are ways to give yourself a boost. Life is easier with a strong inner core. Think positively. Put yourself in the positive frame of mind before you ever even get out of bed. Ask yourself, how can I be happy today, and what makes me happy? Connect with your community. Begin volunteering or join a local group such as knitting or hiking. Get a part-time job. Read a local paper. Use your library regularly. Include exercise of some kind every day. In 1513, Juan Ponce de Leon discovered the Fountain of Youth in what is now St. Augustine, Florida. The fountain of youth still exists and keeps people everywhere healthy. There is at least one branch of it in your neighborhood. It's located on the sidewalk or roadside where you can walk every day. And if that's not a good place for you, another nearby branch is in your local fitness center. You'll be much healthier when you visit your branch every day. Change your environment. Spend 15 minutes every day decluttering a room. This is both grounding and uplifting. There are books written about this. Reading is one good idea if you need a starter boost. Decluttering is a bit of a fad, and it's okay with me. The habit is positive and costs little. Review your situation. Now might be a good time to write about important moments in your life. You don't have to focus on what happened in your life. The important thing is what you did with what happened to you. Write short stories or poems or anything that seems appropriate. Whatever you choose, you may get help at your local library. And support yourself. Do something nice for yourself. Spend time each day meditating. Think positive thoughts about yourself. Your supportive thoughts about yourself are a treat that you give to yourself. You deserve it. When I enrolled at the Potomac Myotherapy Institute, the registrar spoke about how my life would change. One thing she never discussed was that a certificate in massage therapy would put my name and address on every wellness and healing list in the country and beyond. The other thing she never mentioned was that I was probably going to want to take every class offered. Never, not the entire time I was in school, did I think I was going to spend the rest of my life studying health and wellness. 40 years of classes with all kinds of titles in many categories taught me there are few things that all the instructors, trainers, and professors were going to teach. By default, I named these things my rule of 7. The first rule is skip the alcohol. There are as many reasons for this guideline as there are instructors. A nutritionist offered the best reason of all of them. When you drink a glass of wine, your metabolism function doubles the calories in the wine you drink. If you're concerned about your weight, you shouldn't drink or eat anything that doubles its calories. Every glass of alcohol puts a scratch on your liver. Don't smoke. Seeing people struggle with emphysema, COPD, and cancer makes the argument for me. Develop friendships. This can be challenging in today's world when we all have more than one job, but picking up a couple of good free friends along the way is a good thing. Being a friend is a wonderful skill to develop for yourself. Having a friend can be life-saving sometimes. And exercise regularly. I cannot overemphasize this. I've tried different fitness activities through the years and have discovered it's possible to combine your fitness efforts, at least partially, with your work. Lunchtime walks are important. A fitness watch will remind you to get up and walk throughout your day. A regular walk to the gym always helps. Maintain a happy weight. The older I get, the harder this gets. I find I'm eating less and less, and I'm still challenging. Giving up junk food was easy because I never was on it, but losing that extra weight requires constant vigilance. Develop good coping skills. People sometimes go through life without these. It's harder to function in today's world without meditation, mindfulness, forgiveness, decision-making techniques. If your coping skills can use a little improvement, look around for a class or two or a book or two. A good first stop for either a class or book is your local library. And don't overlook a yoga class. Never stop learning. This suggestion makes a few people ask questions. How is this suggestion different from coping mechanisms? Well, pursuing education has a different goal in mind. When you pursue learning, you strive to keep your cerebral brain working as long and as well as it can. It doesn't matter what you choose to learn. It only matters that you continue to add new thoughts, information, and attitudes. Caring for yourself. Do you have headaches that you can't explain? A digestive issue that you don't understand? A mystery pain? Did you receive a medical diagnosis that you don't understand? Do you have questions about a health issue? Are the symptoms confusing? There is something that you can do. It probably won't take more than about 2 weeks. Keep a diary or a headache journal or a whatever notebook. Okay, stop groaning now. It won't take all that much time and effort. All you need is a journal or notebook and a commitment to solve your health mystery. Here's what you do. Write down everything you eat, when you eat it, and how. Get down and dirty with this. Report everything. Exactly how big was that Coke you drank? And was it in a can or a bottle? And did you get it from the fountain at the gas station food mart? Was there ice in the cup? What was going on when you got this drink? Were you rushed? Were you standing on a corner waiting for a friend to come by? Were you late to work? Were you sunbathing at the pool? Were you taking a break from skiing class? Were you angry? Happy? Write down every symptom: headache, gas, sore muscles, nausea. Report each one. Exactly where you were when your headache began. How did it feel? Where was it on your head? And what other symptoms supported it? Just like with the food, describe what was happening when you got this headache. Were you rushed? Were you trying to take a nap on an afternoon? What was your mood at this time? I'm sure you get the idea. You are unique. Each cell in your body is individual, special. When you keep this diary for 2 weeks, you'll know much more about yourself and all health issues that you may or may not have. This new layer of information will enable you to eliminate any foods or lifestyle habits that are part of your issues. Take your journal with you when you visit a medical professional about your headaches or your irritable bowel syndrome or your fibromyalgia. Use your notes to answer your physician's questions more thoroughly and accurately. When this professional sees you refer to this diary, he'll know that you are seriously seeking a solution. You and your journal will motivate your physician to find answers, just as your journal motivated you. Your words on the pages of this diary ripple out healing energy seeking a solution. You, your healthcare professional, and your journal make a powerful healing team. This chapter is about your ladder of health. I'm not sure where I got this information. This I know, it's been in my toolkit for many years. When I think about what it's like to be healthy, I see this ladder and its rungs in my mind's eye. Each rung holds a particular illness category, and this ladder offers a realistic health view of each of us as we go through life. You can grab up to 4 rungs at one time using both hands and both feet. If for some reason you miss a limb, your shadow body part will work for you. For example, if you're on the first ladder and without a foot for this rung, your shadow foot will work. The first rung is fatigue. We all experience fatigue. Some of us live with fatigue all the time until we finally ignore it. This is the wrong attitude. Fatigue eats away at your body, mind, feelings, and soul. The second ladder is fever. Some of us have more experience with fever than others. Fever is not a health issue. It's a symptom of an infection somewhere in your body. A fever can be serious, especially if it's high. The third rung is irritation. Irritation is that jumpy, itchy, bad breath, coated tongue feeling that we all get from time to time. The fourth rung is inflammation, and inflammation is universal. Some health experts believe we all suffer from inflammation and that it is the basic building block of all disease. Inflammation translates into colitis, sinusitis, gum disease. And the fifth rung is ulceration. Ulceration includes stomach ulcers and canker sores. The sixth rung is encapsulated toxins. Boils, cysts, carbuncles are your body's way of barricading an infection which may threaten your body. We not only have boils and cysts in the skin, we have them deep within our bodies. Women have cysts on their ovaries. Both men and women have cysts on their kidneys. The seventh rung is cancer, and cancer threatens humans and animals alike. I first participated in integrative medicine as a reflexologist when I scheduled reflexologists sessions with cancer patients 2 days after they received chemotherapy. At that time, many massage therapists, reflexologists, and healers didn't touch a cancer patient receiving chemotherapy. I broke with tradition because my client partner requested it. Frankly, I felt like I was honoring the quest of a dying person. Back then, people didn't survive cancer. I was not only fulfilling a final request, I was helping the chemotherapy serum flow through her system faster. Now, I know I was on the right track. Nowadays, people receive reflexology right after a chemotherapy appointment. Cancer is no longer a death sentence. More important, the client felt better after with the reflexology, with her medication and her health situation. People dealing with health issues find themselves taking medicine and getting poked, stuck, prodded at every appointment. Receiving a massage or reflexology session along with the appointments eases pressure and tension. When I first studied illness, healing, and wellness, I never heard the word integrative. It was years before I used the word alternative, complementary, integrative, allopathic medicine. Still, in the early 21st century, some people respond to those words as if they had never heard them either. Integrative healthcare requires your active participation. You explore the pros and cons of healing options available to you and your healthcare professionals, and you address them as a team. Integrative medicine has some requirements. You need to know how your mind, body, spirit, and emotions work together for your own good. Maintain your good health and even improve it. Exercise, diet, your home and work environments, relationships, and personal development are all part of yourself and your health. Know what works best for you and the optimization of your life. Working with healthcare professionals becomes part of the tapestry of your wellness strategy as you learn about preventive medicine, nutrition, supplements, bodywork, spiritual therapies. You cannot separate yourself from your body, your environment, or your life. If you spend much time, or even a little time, in the pages of this book, you'll read Eat a Healthy Diet, written a dozen different ways. Somewhere along the way, you're going to try to figure out what is a healthy diet anyway. The answer to that question begins with, it depends. Truthfully, a healthy diet is different for every person. To make the situation even more complex, a healthy diet for a person changes constantly. Marge Durso, my reflexology teacher, taught us the human body is different every single day because of continuous cellular level changes we each experience. Through life, our dietary changes are based on our daily activity. I can't write about healthy eating without including two other things: exercise and aging. What you eat good, bad, or in between, is assimilated by your body based on how much physical activity you have as well as your health. Your diet directly affects how you age. Select the foods you eat knowing that how you feel, look, and move, not only today but for the remainder of your life, depends on these daily choices. Every 6 months or so, a new diet comes along and then goes along. Seek what works best for you throughout your life. Changing what you eat every few months to keep up with the latest fad is not the way to go. How do you find the best nutritional needs for yourself? Begin by getting your DNA tested. What did your ancestors eat? Learn your dietary heritage. For example, did you come from Mediterranean stock? Were your elders Ashkenazi Jews? Your heritage is a good place to discover some basic nutritional needs for you. A second step is to learn your blood type. People have different dietary needs based on their blood type. This is one way to influence your diet positively. Eating right for your blood type is not necessarily a diet or collection of recipes. Several books are available based on this knowledge. Seek out healthy foods. I've been reading healthy food books for the past 40 years or so. I love reading them, and I refer to healthy foods throughout this book. As you research wellness books, I hope you'll try new foods and learn to cook them. My goal is that you'll create your own list of the 100 or so healthiest foods in your diet. Maybe one day we'll meet in person and share the foods we feel are the healthiest. But whether we ever meet up or not, it's critical to learn about the different nutrients your body needs and how they work for your health. Know how to use healthy foods in your diet. And finally, plan to include these health-boosting foods in your diet each day, every day. The next part that we go into has to do with our body systems. And the first body system we're covering is the spirituality of your circulatory system. Arteries, blood, capillaries, heart, veins make up your circulatory system. Your heart is an amazing creature about the size of your fist. Your body's hardest working muscle. It never rests whether you're awake or asleep. Your heart is a two-sided pumping station with 4 chambers separated by valves keeping blood flowing in the right direction. The chamber or atrium on the right and the right ventricle pump deoxygenated blood throughout your body. When blood reaches your lungs, it becomes oxygenated and then pumped to the left side of your heart. The muscular walls or septum divide your heart's 2 sides and keep the 2 sides of blood from mixing. A valve separates the chambers and ventricles of the 2 halves. Your septum separates the left and right side of your heart, and your valves keep blood flowing in one direction. Arteries carry blood from the heart to every part of your body. As they branch out, they become smaller and smaller until they are capillaries. Veins return blood to your heart, and your beating heart keeps blood moving continuously throughout your body. Take care of your heart, because several diseases affect your heart and circulatory system. Heart disease is a major cause of death in our culture, and heart disease does not occur overnight. By the time you begin to suffer from high cholesterol, high blood pressure, heart attack, or stroke, the problem causing these diseases have been lurking in your body for decades. Lifestyle changes and regular reflexology or bodywork sessions prevent some circulatory diseases. When lifestyle changes begin, better health usually follows. A healthy circulatory system is crucial to your overall wellness. Blood represents life force,
High blood pressure represents emotional or spiritual issues in your life. Whatever the issue, it is not an opportunity to ignore a warning sign. High or low pressure represents chronic, unresolved issues. A key word here is happiness. A healthy circulatory system is necessary to feel and express emotions positively. A high cholesterol level interferes with open channels needed to accept happiness. The spiritual conflicts of the circulatory system include anger, criticism, heartbreak, and loathing. Personal care of your system includes eating delicious, nutritious food, brush your body after bathing to stimulate your circulation, and exercise is of course essential. Sing whenever you can. Do things to open your heart so you can give and receive love. Healthy kidneys support your heart health, as drinking plenty of water is important. The bottom line is, when a reflexologist, Reiki practitioner, or healer works your circulatory system, you have an opportunity to distribute love and healing. This work improves your sense of self-worth and balances blood flow. A person with a healthy heart is more likely to be happy. Essential oils include cistus, clove, cypress, geranium, grapefruit, helichrysum, lavender, lemon, marjoram, myrtle, nutmeg, orange, peppermint, and valerian. And foods nourishing your circulatory system include almonds, apples, artichokes, avocados, beans, beets, blueberries, broccoli, brown rice, and butter, cabbage, carrots, cashews, celery, chocolate, coconut, coffee, cranberry juice, dandelion, eggs, fish, flaxseed oil, garlic, kale, leeks, legumes, mushrooms, mussels, zinc, nuts, oatmeal, olive oil, olives, onions, peanuts, pecans, peppers, persimmons, pineapple, pistachios, pomegranate juice. We have come to we're out of time, and I do plan to continue reading this book. And I think next time we will have a reflexology session, although we may have a Reiki session next time. That's going to be a surprise. In the meantime, I encourage you, if you are interested in this book, to buy it. You can reach it through thurmangreco.com. You can also, if you're at Inquiring Minds, I think Inquiring Minds still has a few copies left. It's $16.95. Everything is right on the website. This book makes a really, really nice gift. I have never had anyone come up to me and say, well, I read it, but I didn't think much about it. People come up to me and tell me they love the book, and they buy extra copies to give as gifts. They buy copies because they're wearing it out. So if you'd like to get a nice second edition of this book, it's certainly available at thurmangreco.com. And thank you so very, very much.